Hello YouTubers. Well, what am I up to in this video? I am continuing on here with the last little fixes here on the old for the old Timberjack 450 skidder here. What I have here in front of us is the engine compartment side screens or protector panels to keep brush and sticks out of the engine compartment on the skidder of the machine. When you're working in the bush, you got to have these are a must. Now, the reason I'm having to fix them is they're not smashed up or bashed up. What happens over the years on these on the Timberjacks? They had these spinner knobs, these attachment knobs. They got one on each end, one here, of course, and then one down at the bottom. Of course, these are laid over on the side horizontal. I have them standing up right now, but anyways, these are cast steel spinner knobs or attachment knobs. They have studs bolted or welded usually into the various parts and frames of those machines. So they have various access panels to for doing servicing and stuff on, or for opening them up for doing major repairs, whatever you need to do on the machine. So, anyways, they have these all over on the top and front. They have them on the hood. They have them on some of the hydraulic access and air filter access panels and different things or whatever. And they also have them on the engine side grills. Now what happens, these here, they have to keep them in these panels. On the back side of them, what they have is a couple of spacer washers and then a big E-clip that snaps into the casting. What happens over the years, those E-clips break or people knock them off or do whatever, and then they just have these spinner knobs. They'll still work, but what happens is then you have no safety retainer for them, and people end up losing them. They get rattled off with the vibration of the machine in the bush, or a stick bumps them and then they start getting loose and then they spin themselves off and they fall off and then people lose them, and then that's what happened here. The second panel for the other side of the machine has both of them are gone. This one here, I still have the one, and the third one is gone. So now I'm missing 3 of these knobs, and I can't put my side panels on. Now what somebody did was just the previous owner and all the mess that they made of the machine, all they did to get by was just put a nut with a couple of washers and then tried to attach it with a wrench. But the problem is you can only get 1 or 2 threads on the nut, because these are sort of recessed, because that's that spinner knob has got a long snout on it there that goes into that stud on the machine there and catches it and threads it in and holds the panel tight to the machine. So now what I'm going to have to do is recreate this. I don't know where to get these replacements. Of course, Timberjack being bought out by John Deere, you might still be able to get through them, but you can imagine what the price. I think there's some new old stock still available around. You can still find them, but I think they're well in excess of $100 per knob. So just to give you an idea of what you're looking at for replacement. I don't have the time to go searching all of North America looking. I know probably there's these knobs are people have all around the country. There's wrecked machines parked in everybody's back 40 somewheres where they've got panels laying around that have those knobs on them, and if I could get my hands on a few of them, I'd be thrilled. But unfortunately, at the moment, I don't know of anybody that has a wrecked machine with any of these panels laying around. So best next substitute is I'm going to have to make myself some knobs. So what I've got going here, a piece of 1/2 inch by 3 inch wide flat stock, plate stock. And what I'm going to do is just cut some 3x3 chunks, because that's what these knobs on these panels are. They're roughly 3 inch by 3 inch, and then they have some cutaways to dress them up or to make them practical for getting a grip on them with your hands. So that's what I'm going to do with that. I'm going to take that piece of flat stock, I'm going to cut it into three chunks, 3 inch by 3 inch, and then I've got some of these threaded rod joiner nuts here, these real long ones. Well, I mean, they're not real long, but they're, I don't know, 1.5 inches, 1 3/4, something like that. Which, coincidentally, they're almost the right exact length for what I need to do. If I have to, I'll just trim a little bit off one end, and that's I'll measure up the knob to get an exact length, but these are long enough. They're the right size for the bolt, the right thread. I already tried it on the machine. They work good. They work good. So, and then of course I got a bunch of spacer washers here, which the factory from Timberjack, they actually just used in behind there. They've got these thick common machine washers, so nothing too exotic there. And then for on the back side here, they have like a reinforced washer behind the snap ring, but I'm not going to have a snap ring. This is all going to be welded to these nuts here. So what all this is a larger. That'll all be welded up to those joiner nuts, and then I have a piece of old heavy wall water pipe there, and I'm just going to take and cut some short lengths of bushing stock off of that to do literally slip over the nut, so that those rectangular edges of the nut don't grab in the sheet metal of the panels, so it doesn't catch when you're trying to turn it. You don't have to fight with it. It'll spin free on those. It'll work out well. But anyways, that's how I'm going to put this all together, and I'm not going to bore all of you with the going on about it in the main task when I'm working on it. All I'm going to do is take little snapshots again here as the process as I get through it here. I'll show you once I get everything all mocked and cut up and ground smooth, and each stage as I get it welded together, and then I'll show you the final product when I get it assembled in the panels, and then I'll show you when I get it up on the machine. So anyways, stick around folks, and this will be an interesting little manufacturing video here again. And so it begins. Well, here's the start of the process for getting those pieces cut up and getting on with getting those side panels fixed up and ready to go. Well, there we go. I got the 3 pieces of 3 by 3 inch by ½ inch plate there cut to start the initial process here of making those spinners. So first step in the process here of getting these panels, these side panels here fixed up. And now normally I'm not that fussy of laying out everything in whatchamacallit on a whiteboard. I'm just doing this so you folks can see exactly what I'm up to here, and the layout of the materials and the whole process here of me going through doing this. So anyways, we'll continue on.